get this show on the road, and you're going to hear my children in the background. They weren't supposed to be here for this, but life happens, and they're both here. So, okay, so first off, show of hands, who uses PostMyParty? You do? Okay. I'm pointing to you like you can see me pointing to you in the corner. Okay, so I'm really excited to share this because I find it super, super helpful. First off, so for those of you who don't really know what exactly PostMyParty is, it's just a posting app. And I say app, it's a website that you can link to your Facebook where you can have templates and you can link it to groups. It will not link to an event, unfortunately. So if you are currently doing manual posting for events and you're wanting to try PostMyParty, just know that it will only work on group pages and I believe like business pages. I don't have a business page though, so I'm not 100% on that. I do know I can check it when we're actually in it. But yeah, so if you're using events, they will not post in it. Literally a year ago, PostMyParty did this thing where they had like a nation or a worldwide hack into their system. And for safety measures, they decided that they will not allow it to go to events because events sync to some phones. And then if it were ever to happen again, Facebook can get in a lot of trouble because people could hack basically into your phone. So I am going to go ahead and start screen sharing so I can kind of walk you guys through a few things. So hold on. There we go. Okay. So when you log in to PostMyParty, so for those of you who are wanting to try PostMyParty, just know that you do get your first 2 weeks for free. And then after that, it's only $9.95 a month. And when you're running multiple parties a month, I do find it really helpful. Just because it's totally worth the $10 when you're making way more than that. And the ability to run so many at one time. But a few things about this. So over here, you'll see like your dashboard, which is this, where you can create a template, schedule a party. You'll see over here where you can go to your list of templates. Right down here in account is where you'll want to like sync this with your Facebook. So you can just go to Facebook settings and then link or unlink. You can just link it to your Facebook. I don't want to unlink mine because I have parties going right now. And then I was going to, hold on, let me. Tacey, do you want me to show everybody first off how to save the template?
I would just import it. Import.
So,
because that's the first thing they're gonna do.
Yeah. Okay. Really. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so I on my page share a template with the link to the template for PostMyParty for April. And I know Tacey is doing her own templates now too, so she has one in hers. So I had her send me one of hers only because I can't re-import one of my own because it'll just pop up as my own. So when you go to like the Facebook page and you see the link, you'll click the link. Make sure you're already logged into your PostMyParty account because it'll automatically sync and it says Tacey has sent a template, yada, yada. You come down here, start import process, and this will be the most time-consuming thing with this, which is worth it. It'll take you maybe 10, 15 minutes, depending on the length of the template. When you start the import process, so this post type, God, I point to the screen like you guys can see me. So post type will be picture. The picture will automatically save. It's down here. And right here is what the template, first it'll show you what the template says. You literally have to copy and then paste down here into this bottom box. So there's the top one, bottom one, and then you click next. And you will want to do this with every single post. And if you want to, when I'm importing one, I literally copy paste, and then I go back in and edit it. You can very well just edit each one as you go to have your own information in it. If you don't feel like the post sounds like you can totally edit it with your own words. We actually recommend that because Facebook will shut us down. Not shut us down, but an example is we share like team page templates. So all that stuff that I post in the team page for you guys is a PostMyParty template so that you guys have access to valuable information every month. And a bunch of us directors have come together and like basically shared templates. If we don't switch up the wording or sometimes switch up the pictures, that's when occasionally you guys have commented and you're like, it's not showing the picture, or it says link unavailable. It's because we've all used the same picture too many times, or it's being posted at the same time with too many people. So you just want to kind of make it your own so that it doesn't get shut down. So once you are done like copying and pasting all of that, I'm not going to go through the whole process, but just show you that it's copy, paste, copy, paste. Is there one in here that has a link shortly, Tacey, that I can, here, I'll just go through. I won't.
There should be. I don't know how.
Let me just go through. I want to show you guys just for purposes.
Something, Annie, something
What?
that I found useful. So that post that you're on right there, where it's like Tacey's picture, and it goes through that, you have to delete that picture and then import your own. So it won't like override it. It took me like 10 minutes to figure it out. So that's just something that I wanted to point out to people, I guess.
So once you save the template completely, you can go back into the template and just change out the photo. Like once the template's completely saved.
Right, but it still made me delete it delete that photo altogether to import my photo.
Yeah, I'll show you guys. I'll show everybody that in just 1 second. I want to come across one that has a link in it because I know a couple people have gotten held up on one of those posts shortly. Where's a link, Tacey?
There should be one here in the next 2 or 3. You're clicking.
Okay, right here. So when it says post type is a video link, what you'll want to do is, so like right here where it says enter full video URL, you'll want to copy and paste this and this down here as well into the new box. So you have to copy and paste multiple things on these posts. So going back to what Keegan said. So if I go to my templates, I'll just go to the April template. You hit edit. So down here on like the post she was saying where we have our photos before we dive into the fun. So you can delete this or change it. So if you change it, you just click this box right here and it'll pop up and ask you to basically add another photo. So you can just add one that way. That's how I edit all of my stuff. Like I said, I don't think there is a way to edit that picture as you're importing it. I haven't figured that out yet. If there is a way, then somebody can definitely let me know, but I don't believe you can. And then the other important thing that I want to show you guys is when you edit a post, just say, I don't know if that's going to give me the option to save it.
Update.
It's not highlighted though. Why is it not highlighted? Okay, well when you do edit it, I don't know why mine's not highlighting, but when you do edit a photo, you have to click update once you're done. If you just click next, your stuff will not be saved and you will be very, very angry at the end of it because trust me, I made that mistake when I was very new and I was so frustrated because this right here, editing the template, is just gonna probably be the first thing that's time consuming. After that, you'll get the swing of things and it will be great. As far as adding it to a group on Facebook. So let me pick it up, please. Okay, so I'm going to go over, I made a mock group to show you guys how to attach it on Facebook.
Yay! Yay!
No. Okay. So in order for PostMyParty to have access to the specific group, I know by this point you've already linked your Facebook, but when you go in here, you will have to go to edit group settings. Unless you add the specific app to your group, it will not post. It's just another safety feature that they've added. So you'll go into edit group settings, add apps. And my computer's really slow on this, and it's the most frustrating thing. So we're gonna wait a few seconds. And so once you have added the app, which will be very shortly, I'll just go back to, I can't get behind my thing, hold on. Okay, so let's go parties, schedule new. So just pretend that my computer wasn't slow and we've already added that app to our Facebook group. You will go to schedule a new party, and this is what you will see. It'll say copy post from a template into this party. You'll choose the template. Hold on, honey. So I'll choose my April template. That's the one I want to use. And okay, so right here, you can do it in a personal group, a business page group, a group. You can do it in a group event. So like on our group page for the team page, the events that I create in that group page, I can schedule posts to. But that doesn't mean that just an event page it can post to. So if I do personal group, it'll pop up down here in red. It'll remind you that you need to be attached. Dallas, honey. That it has to be attached to your Facebook. I'll come here and look for my PostMyParty. I have a lot on here. So PostMyParty, mock party. You'll want to choose, so for the template that I have 2 days of pre-party, and then my parties start on Wednesday. So you want to make sure that you're putting, like my pre-party starts on Monday, so I'll start it on the 8th, and then it'll run from that day, and that'll be your day one and so forth. And then you can pick the time zone. Whoa, what just happened? I have no idea what just happened. There we go. And then down here, so when you guys import mine or Tacey's templates, you'll see on some of the posts that they'll have in brackets either host or link. This is just a super easy way to save that one template and be able to attach it to all your parties and say that my host's name this week was Sally. I'll put Sally's name right there, and if her shopping link is just say her name's Sally Johnson, and this is where you will put their shopping link, and then you create it. Stop, please. So now it is attached to your Facebook party, and you can come in here and edit it at any time. When you're running multiple parties at a time, I will tell you this though, you will add it to that, and then down here in some of the posts, it'll show up in either, I think it's orange or red, basically saying that you have multiple posts going at the same time in different groups. And that's where this little button down here comes in handy, where you can adjust the posts on one or two of the parties. Say you have 3 parties going, and you can just adjust it to post 1 or 2 minutes apart or 5 minutes apart. So that is how you would do that. Please stop. Is there anything you want to add on that, Tacey? Does this all make sense so far? I hope I'm not.
No, you're doing fine.
Very distracting right now, honey. Not while I'm on the phone call, please.
Maybe
Please.
go back and talk about the adding it on, the thing you can do on your phone now that I didn't know about.
Ooh, yes. Okay. So does anybody have any questions thus far, though, on this, or any questions pertaining to really anything? Okay. So real quick, I'm going to stop the share real quick. Okay. So I just learned this recently from my sister, actually. So I have been I've run all my parties from my phone basically since I began. And when we had to start adding that little app, like being able to add the app to the group before we can start posting, when you're on your phone and on the Facebook app, there is no spot to do that. So for the longest time, I'm like, okay, now I have to do it all on my computer. Well, recently, I was showed this nifty little trick. So if you go to like a web browser, so say, I hope you guys can see this. So this is just my web browser. It's just Safari. If you type into your search browser and say Facebook desktop, it will pop up right here where it says, oh, where is it? Meet the new Facebook. You'll click that link and this will show up. Can you guys see that okay? Yeah? Okay. When you see this, you'll see this search bar up at the top, and that's where you're gonna search for whatever party it is. So since I'm doing like the Post My Party mock party, I just showed Tacey, so it pops up right away. So you just search into that search bar, whatever your party name is. And now you're at basically the desktop version of Facebook that you would be able to access just like your computer. When you click on your group, you now have access to a spot that says more right over here, which is the same as on a desktop. And you drop that down and you can hit edit group settings. So if you're on a phone, I'm not sure about Android. I have an iPhone. So if you guys, does anybody have an Android that could maybe test it out while we're sitting here? Charlie, do you want to try that and see if it's any different on an Android? Because I want to make sure that we have all of the bases covered. But yes, so on an iPhone, you can access it. I did run into a problem where occasionally it would boot me back over to the app version, but just log back in and go through that same step and process and you will be able to add it, not a problem, from your phone. So if you don't have access to a computer, it's still fine. You can still do everything in a roundabout way, I guess. Does anybody have any questions while Charlie's doing that? My daughter. Tacey, do you have anything else to add into that?
No, I don't think so. I didn't think it was going to be that long of a call. I just wanted to make sure that everybody kind of got the gist of the fact that Post My Party, if you're doing more than one party a week or wanting to build your business, yes, it's $10 every month, but it is so worth it because I do sometimes 3 to 5 parties a week, and there is no way that I would be manually posting every post in 3 or 5 or even 2 now. I had to do it for the first couple weeks because I thought that I had to have a laptop. And it wasn't fun to have to go in and manually post because then I'd have to set my reminders to post, and it just takes a lot more time to do that. So if you can utilize Post My Party, I definitely at least want everybody. I know that I want everybody on my team that I ever recruited to use it, just because if you start out using it, then you're busy, you're going to do better. You'll have more time and to focus on other things.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And the perk to it is you can literally try it out for 2 weeks. And if you don't like it or it's frustrating or more whatever to you, then you can totally bag it. I like to give you guys resources that I know has been super successful for me. I literally started, like when I first started, my upline, Wesley, she was telling me, sorry, I'm making Play-Doh balls for my daughter right now. I had asked her because I saw, because you can see on the party when you post, underneath it says post my party. And I asked her, I was like, what is that post my party thing? And she told me about it. And I'm like, okay, I totally can't afford that extra $10 right now, but I know that it's going to be amazing because I had 8 shows booked in my first month. And I was like, oh my gosh, as a brand new consultant, that's like, I was scared. It was crazy. I'm like, I don't have the time in the day because I am running a daycare from home. I barely have time to think as it is. So I tried it out, and it took a couple days, weeks. I mean, when you start running your parties, practice makes perfect. So you'll get the hang of it. And the more you do, the easier it'll be. And I highly recommend it. In my first month, if I did not have Post My Party, I don't think I would still probably be a consultant today because it would have been way too stressful. And so a year ago when that Facebook thing happened and all of the access to Post My Party was not available to us, it was my first day of vacation that I had earned the Florida trip. My first year, I had earned the Florida trip. The first day I'm in Florida was when that Facebook crash happened. And I spent my entire vacation posting in 5 different parties because I had 5 parties running that week. And I was posting 3 times in the morning, 3 times midday, and 3 times in the evening. So on my vacation, I had to set, like Tacey said, a reminder on my phone to keep posting. And it was not fun. I was so against groups then. I was like, I'm so hesitant to go to groups because I don't know anything about groups. And I had heard good and bad about groups. But now that I am in groups, I can honestly say that I don't think I would go back to events. And I know I'm going off topic kind of here, but I do love that groups have some features that events do not. You can see who has seen your posts in groups. Which means you now know who is actively like checking the party. You can tag people who you are not friends with in a group. You cannot do that in an event, or so I know. I mean, I haven't been in events for a year, but when I was using events, you wouldn't be able to tag somebody unless they were your Facebook friend. In groups, you can tag anybody who has clicked join in that group, which is great as far as being able to connect with our guests. Because if we're responding to them, it's going to tag them and they feel more of a bond to us. Don't eat the Play-Doh, please.
No. Yeah, a little bit.
But yeah, sorry, I got off on a tangent. What was the question? Was there a question? Oh, Charlie, did you figure out the thing? Okay.
You were talking about notification settings, right?
Yes. Or no.
Yes.
Maybe.
I think so. Where you have more in the groups.
Yeah, the edit group settings.
Yeah, it's for on my phone at least, it's 3 dots. Instead of saying more and
Okay.
dot, it's just the 3 dots.
Okay, and then are you able to go, is there a spot that says edit group settings?
Oh, where did I go? I lost it. Hold on. Sorry.
Make it like no, like this. Yeah, like a rolling thing. I like how you bump up and like.
Would you guys like to see my daughter? She's playing with Play-Doh.
What's she making?
I'm not quite sure
Plus,
yet.
what is that?
What is that?
A snake.
Oh, it's a snake.
Ooh, scary.
And my pizza.
And a pizza.
2 pizza.
Okay.
And my lollipop.
It looks like this. I don't know if you can see that. So I think it's the same thing.
Okay, so it is the same. Okay, perfect. So at least now I know that it's the same on all phones. So yes, that's super helpful, especially when you don't have access to a computer or you're not near a computer and maybe something happens where you need to relink your Facebook. I will say if you ever have to like change your password or you get locked out of your Facebook, you do have to go in and re-link your Facebook to your PostMyParty. That has happened to me on multiple occasions where my Facebook just all of a sudden decides to kick me out. And then when I come back, I have to go in and relink everything so that my pages will post. Okay, later. But yeah.
No. Pizza.
Hold on one second.
No.
You better taste that.
Gosh, I am not eating the Play-Doh, Tacey.
But I am.
Please don't eat the Play-Doh.
Come on, like.
Okay. Real life, people. Real life. Okay. Does anybody have any questions on this? Was it helpful? Do you feel like you have a little bit better of an understanding with PostMyParty? Yes. Maybe.
I actually had a question.
Okay.
I have SendShare, which I regret paying for a whole year. I did that before I knew about PostMyParty.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 months free, so I'm like, oh, good deal. You know, PostMyParty wasn't doing that. It only gave me 2 weeks. Let me take the 2 months for free. But when you're like scheduling your posts, do you have to put in a time, or does it put in a time automatically?
Yeah, you have to put in a time. So you choose the day and then the time.
Okay.
But if you're going off of one of our templates that we have made, it's already in there for you.
Yes.
Okay.
That is true. But that's another reason why I say, like, when you're editing the templates, make sure that you're also maybe tweaking the times a little bit, because I mean, our team is growing. So I mean, there's almost 100 people on our team now, and just say all 100 are using the same template, it can get a little bit dicey because now everybody's posting the same stuff at the same time of day. And that's when we run into Facebook saying, okay, too many people are using these photos, too many people are using these words. Just the Facebook algorithms are kind of frustrating sometimes. But yeah, so just make sure that you're editing it. When is your year up, Charlie?
February.
And oh, you just paid for it. Stop, please.
Yes. Beginning, I think it's either the end of January or the beginning of February. I mean, I like SendShare because I can post on my timeline. I can post to my Twitter page, my Instagram, my Facebook pages, my groups. But sometimes it makes me manually do it. Like, it'll pop up saying a reminder, and it says, hey, do you still want to post this? I think for 2 of my pages that I have, it makes me manually do it, and I have to go in there and retype everything, which is, you know, a pain. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I was brand new, and I had more good reviews about SendShare than I did PostMyParty, and then now I'm seeing more about PostMyParty. So I'm like, oh, I should have went the other way. But
no,
it's the
fine.
same price, so.
Is it the same price? Because I was going to say, I don't know anything about SendShare, so.
Yeah. And for SendShare, you can't do events either. They used to, but you can't anymore.
Yeah, and that's only because, like I said, the events have access, because for some, like when you have an event in Facebook and you link your phone or you sync your phone with your Facebook, it has access to your calendar and then possibly other things in your phone. So I get it. They do it for safety features, but at the time it was like everybody was up in arms about it. I mean, I wasn't a happy camper, but I'm fine now, and I just realized that when stuff like that happens, we just have to adjust and move on and just know that we'll find a new way, because it's what we do. We're resilient, right? Okay, so if anybody has any more questions, go ahead and ask. Otherwise, I'm going to stop the recording and upload this, and hopefully it's helpful for everybody else as well on the team page. And I also, if you want to try PostMyParty, yes, please. If you want to try PostMyParty, I actually have a link that you can click in the team page, just to click on it and go sign up and do your free trial. And then if you decide to, keep it. Telling you guys, kids. Go ahead, here. Thank you. But yeah, and if you have any more questions or anything, just privately message us or post it on the team page. Just let us know. Sound good? Okay, perfect.
Mommy.
Well,
Thank you for doing
yeah,
this.
you're welcome.
2 hours.
I apologize that it was slightly chaotic with, well, I shouldn't say children. It's really just my daughter.
Hey, most of us, if we're not, we understand it.
Yeah.
Mine are screaming in the background. I just am able to mute.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to stop the recording and I will see you guys later.